Hello guys, KpShamino here again, and I'm at the moment in Oregon because a guy asked me how he need to catch brown trouts here. It's very important that you know where the brown trout is because it's part of the best leveling system that you can have, that's brown trout farming. So I came over here. I was running a little bit around and I got like a couple of good spots that I'm going to share with you guys at the moment. So I'm going to start with the first spot, and I think that's almost the best spot. Why it's the best spot? Not because you catch less fish, but it's only brown trout that you catch there. Sometimes you got a smallmouth bass, but it's only brown trout. The other position you can have the cutthroat, you can have the rainbow trout, and the brown trout. So I'm going to start first with the spot with most of the time brown trout. So a lot of guys already know this spot, but they changed a little bit with the new patch. So you need to go to Trout's lair. And in the past we were standing here and we just throw to the wall, to the rock wall. Now you can just run here. So you just run over here to the left. And then you stand here, so you are a little bit, it's not closer because you still need to make a little bit distance, but you don't need to throw over the weeds and all the way from here to here. And I think that the area is a little bit bigger that you can catch the brown trout. So what you need to do here is, in the past we throw to the loch, here in the water, and it's still the loch. So you just need to throw over here. And you are going to catch the brown trout between 60 meters and 30 meters. It can be a little bit closer. There are some guys that got it in front of them, but I had the most luck between those numbers. So just throw over here, 64 meters with this setup. This is, by the way, a level 14 setup, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody that comes here can go for the brown trout really quick. Okay, so what you do is speed 3. So you do just a simple stop and go. And let's have a look that we can catch a brown trout now. So you just need to be patient as always. That's a small bite, but it's possible there are smallmouth bass too. So it's not ghost bites, it's probably just smallmouth bass. Only 10 meters to go. If I come to the 30-meter number, most of the time I just reel in. Because the action is a lot lower after that number. Okay, it seems that I'm not lucky to get a bite at the moment, but you guys know now where you need to cast. So that's the most important, that's the sweet spot. That was a bite again, do you see? I guess once again a smallmouth or maybe a small brown trout, that's possible too. Okay, 30 meters, let's reel in. This is the first position, and I think the best too, if you want to go purely for brown trout. Now I'm going to show you guys two other positions for the brown trout. In the past, we are fishing here at the wooden loch, and that's still very, very viable, but you can now run all the way around this, and that makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to show you guys a very fun position that I just discovered. The main problem is, of course, there is cutthroat too, and in the other position there is rainbow trout too. So, I come right away to this position. Okay, that's good. So, you can go over here, nature charming hardcore. So just go over here and you're right away at a good position. So if you look over here, let's go a little bit like this. If you look over here around the corner, that's the wooden loch that we fished in the past on brown trout. So if you throw, here are the two rocks that you can see on the other side too. So you just need to throw over here. You don't need to make a lot of distance because 40-45 meters is enough. And on the whole line back to you, there is brown trout, rainbow trout, and cutthroat trout too. That's the main problem. If you go a little bit further, the water is too shallow and you cannot control your lure. So let's have a look that we can get a brown trout over here. Yeah, that was a bite again, or maybe a snag. You never know. So you just need to do a stop and go with the speed 3. That's always work for trout fish. Yeah, and I think my video RNG luck is gone because I don't get a fish at the moment, but it's possible. Because what I saw too, guys, is in the past it was just every throw you got a brown trout, but at the moment that's not the case anymore. So it's a little bit harder. I think I got 2 or 3. Oh, and that's a fish, 20 meters. And I think it's a brown trout because he's pulling really fast. Or it's a cutthroat, yeah. He's doing the behavior of a cutthroat, going left, right. Sometimes, no, it's brown. Is it brown? Yeah, it's brown. Okay, that's a brown trout. So you guys can see he's sitting here. And RNG video look is back. So that's a really good position, 45 meters. Throw it here between the two rocks, go all the way back to here, and you will catch brown trout too. So now for the last position, and that's a funny position. I'm not sure that people fish from there, but it's not the best position, but it's just funny because yeah, here is the loch, and in the past the brown trout was yeah, where is my blue marker? Over here. And it's still over here. So if you throw here between the rocks, not that far, and you just do the reeling in again, you are getting brown trout too. I got a couple of brown trouts here, but of course a cutthroat is sitting here too. That's even a little bit too far. What is so fun about this position is that you can, yeah, just throw in front of your feet. So, yeah, and here we got another fish. Yeah, and if this is a brown trout again, I'm very lucky at the moment. I think this is a cutthroat trout. Yeah, and that's so strange about this fish. Check it. What the fuck is he doing? He's like, yeah, turning around. But this is a cutthroat. But the fishing style is just the same for the brown trout. So a little recap. The first was the best. The second was very good too. You guys saw it because I got a brown trout. This is a little bit for fun. This one, it's going fast. 20 meters reel in, 20 meters reel in. You can get really quick fish. Now time for the time frame because it's going to be a trophy movie. The title is going to be trophy. So I got from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. So that's a very big time frame for the trophy brown trout. Of course, you are going to get a lot of normal brown trouts too. You guys will see it in my net. Now for my setup, I already said that it was a level 14 setup, so very low gear. Jig winner 270, 4.5 kilograms test. The Callisto MG 3000 4 kilograms test and the Mono 0.25. I'm fishing at the moment with the narrow spoon 7G10. It's like very good for here. You can acquire it at level 10. And I think the 0.25 millimeter can pull 3.6 kilograms. That's more than enough. The brown trout doesn't fight that hard. I got the impression he doesn't fight at all compared to the rainbow trout. But that's a setup, a very, I think a level 14 setup. So you guys, if you come here, you can just start farming the brown trout. Let's have a look at my net to finish the movie. So I was fishing the whole day. I got 29 brown trouts, almost 600 currency. So that's a very decent amount of currency for this area. Narrow spoon works, medium spoon works too. I fished with the nano spoon 6G2, that works really well too. Let's have a look at the trophy brown trout. I only got 2, so it's very rare to catch them. They give 46 currency and 141 experience. So very lovely place, Oregon. I showed you guys 3 spots. You are going to have a lot of fun with it. That's all what I can say to you guys. Have fun. in Oregon. If you like the movie, give me a like. If you like my channel, subscribe please. Thanks for watching the movie and see you guys later in the next movie. Bye bye.